Plants vs. Zombies. Where did it go wrong? EA, that's where it went wrong. There you go, video over. No! Now yes, EA was and is the problem that led to the franchise's eventual downfall, but this video is also to show the progression of the franchise as a whole, and seeing how exactly it went from arguably one of the best games of all time, to having EA's grubby mittens take over and run it into the shitter. The original Plants vs. Zombies was an immediate success, selling more than 300,000 copies in the first 9 days it was released on mobile, and generating more than 1 million in sales during that period alone. In total, the franchise generated a shit ton of money. The game was available essentially anywhere, so you could play it on Android, PC, PS3, Xbox Original, Xbox 360, iOS, Nintendo DS, Mac, and your PlayStation. Now this type of accessibility should be kept in mind because at the time, literally anyone with a device could play the game. And spoiler alert, EA doesn't continue with this model. Now let's get into the game itself. Now of course you've played it, no one hasn't, which could in part be because of the accessibility, but you know. But seriously, if you're watching this video and haven't played it, just leave and go buy it. It's free on mobile with ads, and like $5 on Steam. But the first game is a classic. A beautiful, well-made, simple tower defense that has endless replay value even after you beat the main game. And for its price, it is well worth it. And don't even get me started on this music. But that's enough about the original. Everyone already knows it's great, it's cheap, and it's one of the best in the franchise. So the question is, how did they go from something so great to the shit they're pumping out now? It was EA. So the Day of Reckoning finally arrived on July 12th, 2011, which was then followed up by Popcap's next Plants vs. Zombies game under EA, Plants vs. Zombies Adventures. It was a Facebook Plants vs. Zombies game. If you haven't played it, it's fine. It just means you weren't a true fan like me. I'm a true fan. Do you see this shit? That's my rug. Anyway, shortly after that, questionable game, they released Plants vs. Zombies 2, a game that most people are watching have probably played, but not like me. I'm a gamer, and I gamed the shit out of this game. And EA fucked it. They screwed the pooch on this one. Holy fuck, are you seeing this shit? What is that? What is that? So yeah, it was Plants vs. Zombies, but a sequel. It had time travel, which was cool, done to death, but cool. They added new worlds and levels over the period of a couple of years, new plants, and it was essentially the same gameplay-wise to the first, which was nice, but there was some things, such as paid-for plants, exclusive for mobile, no extra game modes at launch, and overly difficult special levels that just kind of drove this game into the shitter. Now, the difficulty in this game is something else. Now, like I said earlier, I'm a gamer. I play the shit out of Plants vs. Zombies games. It isn't an issue of me being bad at the game. That's not it. I'm good. I'm godlike, okay? If there were Plants vs. Zombies esports, I would be in the Plants vs. Zombies esports. Let me explain the difficulty in this game, though, for you, plebeians down there. It gets harder over the course of the game, duh. But it gets so incredibly difficult to the point where you either have to buy the power-ups in game to win, or buy plants that will help you win. And to an extent, this makes sense because it's a free game and it's made by EA, so of course there has to be some catch to it, but besides that, the game is alright. It's just more of what we liked, with a few downsides. EA did touch it inappropriately, sure, but overall, not that bad of a game. Hey you've gotten this far in the video. You clearly see something you like. You know what I see? You not liking and subscribing. So get on that, big man. Thanks. Now hear me out, I believe the Garden Warfare games to be really, really good games. Clearly the majority of the public agrees because the game sold just as much as the original game and did so at a much higher price point. To be honest, I don't think anyone really saw the franchise going in this direction, but I wasn't complaining. These games were great fun, and the sequel, Garden Warfare 2, was just the first game, but way better. They made greater insane. These games weren't even cash grabby either. The game operated with a simple in-game currency system that players could buy to boost their progression, earn cosmetics and characters faster, but you could also just play the game and earn the cash and all the items, so it didn't really matter. It was for those who wanted things faster. And honestly, that's a really great system. A ton of games have similar systems today, so good job, EA. Overall, there's not much bad to say about the Garden Warfares. They were good games, good fun, and kept the franchise alive and growing. Sadly, this is where it all goes downhill. Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, a mobile title most of you have probably never played. It was EA's attempt at milking the ever-living shit out of people who play their games. It was a free-to-play mobile game that essentially was just a Hearthstone ripoff with some slight changes and a Plants vs. Zombies paint job. Now, if you never touched a card game like Hearthstone, they're all essentially pay to win. You spend money, you get the most overpowered cards, you can win every game, that's how it goes. So of course, if you're a game company who really wants to make tons of money off a mobile game, taking Hearthstone model is a good way to go. The game itself is, it's just not my thing, really. Besides the microtransactions shoved in your face, the game just gets boring after a while. I never did play online during my time with the game, but I assume someone like me, who was free to play, would just get shit on by some 12-year-old and their mom's credit card. Overall, just kind of a shitty game. It was EA cranking out hot garbage from their sweatshops with the title of a Plants vs. Zombies game, which really just drags the franchise through the mud. Hey, if you like the game, good for you, but you have to admit, it's a fucking cash grab.
What the fuck?
Sadness. That is all I felt a month after the release of Plants vs. Zombies' newest title, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. Why? Why wasn't it Garden Warfare 3? The Garden Warfare franchise was on such a good run. It just doesn't make sense. Now you might be thinking, but aren't they both the same thing? Shh. No. Look at this. And then look at this. Do you understand now? But it wasn't just a graphical overhaul that made the game bad, although I did prefer Garden Warfare 2's graphics, but it was the removal of the card system, the character variants, and the lack of cosmetics. The cosmetic system in this game just fucking sucked. The lack of cosmetics at launch was insane. It was so bad that they purposely made it that you could only earn about one cosmetic for every 2 to 3 games played. 1. In the previous games, that would earn you at least 10, and now you get 1. And on top of that, there aren't any character variants, so the only reason to play games and earn coins is to earn cosmetics that you earn so infrequently that it might as well not matter. The lack of reason to play the game combined with the little to no reward for doing so made the game get boring and feel meaningless very quickly. The story mode stuff was cool, sure, but I would have much rather the return of card packs, cosmetics, and variants over some dumbass lore. So when you say to me, isn't it just another Garden Warfare? It's a shooter and it has the same characters, please don't get confused. The Garden Warfares are good games, and this game sucks ass. So as you probably have seen or heard, Plants vs. Zombies 3 is a thing. I haven't played it yet, and will get to enjoy it for the first time when it releases worldwide, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look good. It seems like the Plants vs. Zombies franchise has felt like they need to revamp their art style, and I don't know why. The original art style is good in both the original games and the Garden Warfare games, so why change it? If you want more information on PvZ3 and why it might already be shit, you can watch the video I've linked in the description. But besides that, that's essentially it. That's the timeline of the greatness of the original Plants vs. Zombies to the shit show that is PvZ3. Did EA cause this? Probably for the most part, yes, definitely. But even if the franchise continues on this path of darkness, we can go back to the originals and remember better days. So thank you, Plants vs. Zombies, for blessing my childhood with your greatness. and hopefully one day, you'll be great again. Thanks for watching. If you like women, consider subscribing and or liking the video, because I also like women. Thanks.